Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're making fresh apple cobbler. First thing you're going to need is about 7 or 8 large apples, peeled and cut up into pieces, about this size. And I did not want to bore you with half an hour of me peeling apples. You want a total of about 9 cups of apples when you're done. And I have 3/4 of a cup of sugar here and a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just going to mix that together and dump that over my apples. I do want to kind of stir that around in the apples a little bit and coat them all with it. And that will also keep my apples from turning brown while we're making the topping for this. I'm using a disposable 9x13 pan today because I'm making this to take over to my mother-in-law's. She recently had a birthday and she was out of town. But we wanted to do something to kind of celebrate her birthday. So I'm going to make this and take it over today, and we'll have fresh apple cobbler instead of a regular old cake. That's mixed up pretty good. You want to make sure you don't have any big lumps of cinnamon left in there, and you want to make sure the sugar coats all the apples because that will start pulling the juice out of the apples and make your filling for your cobbler. Alright, now over here we have all the stuff for the topping. We're going to start with 2 eggs. Oh, and you do want to preheat your oven to 350, so I'm going to turn the oven on now and let it preheat while I'm mixing this. Okay, we'll let those eggs beat up a little bit, and I'm going to add I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add a half teaspoon of cinnamon to that, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm just going to kind of mix that up a little bit. That'll keep the cinnamon and the baking powder from blowing all over the sides of the mixer when I add it to the eggs. You don't have to do any kind of great job there because it's going to get mixed in the mixer. Okay, I've got the eggs beat up a little with the mixer on low. I'm going to add in the flour and the baking powder and cinnamon and salt. And I'm also going to add in 2 cups of sugar. And you're just going to let this mix until it gets all crumbly. And it's starting to crumble some now, but it's not mixed really well yet. While that's mixing, you want to melt a stick and a half of butter in the microwave, and after we add this crumb topping to our apples over here, then we're going to pour the butter over top of all of it. Okay. Our topping is mixed now, and you can see it is really crumbly. And you can certainly mix this by hand if you want. It's not that hard at all. I got a little stuck on the bottom of the bowl. I'm just going to take this spoon and get it off the bottom and mix it in with the rest of it. Okay, that looks pretty good. And you can see how crumbly it is there. Okay, now we're just going to take this back over to our apples. Don't need that spoon. And spread this kind of evenly all across the top of the apples. Except for slicing and peeling your apples and stuff, the prep time on this is really short, but it does take a while to peel that many apples and slice them up. And I use apples that are off of a tree in my backyard, and they are totally organic, so I usually have to use a few extra apples. This will fall all down in your apples, and the flour in it will make the filling thick like apple pie, but it'll still have a real nice topping on it. Alright, all of our apples are coated, and we've got our topping spread out pretty even there. It doesn't have to be perfectly even. And now we just take this melted butter, and we're going to kind of pour it. Oops, it's settled. Let me stir that up a little bit. Okay. And just kind of pour it all around. Maybe go in like a zigzaggy pattern. This pan doesn't have much of an edge on it. Enough butter to run out. Okay, and that's all there is. We're going to put this in our 350-degree oven for about 45 to 50 minutes. It'll get kind of brown on top, and it will be bubbly. And we'll be back in about an hour, a little less, to pull it out and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, this cobbler has been in my oven now for almost an hour. But I put a lot of apples in it. I had my pan really full, so that's probably why it took it just a couple minutes longer. Let's pull it out and have a look at it. Okay, you can see right here it is bubbling around the edges a little bit. And it's brown around the edges, and some of the top is brown. The house smells so good, you just would not believe how good it smells in here. I'm going to sit this on a rack and let it cool. One of our viewers commented that they would love to see me taste the food I make and get my reaction. And I would truly like nothing better than to take a fork right now and eat about half of this, because the house smells that good. Homemade apple cobbler really is not hard to make. Like I said, the hardest part is peeling your apples and cutting them up. The rest of it is super simple. It's just a few ingredients. And if you mix them right and add them in the right order, it comes out just like this. But this one I can't eat because I did make it for my mother-in-law's 75th birthday. Happy birthday, Ann. Reaching 75 is certainly reason to celebrate, and we're going to take this over and have it with her and a few friends. And I want to take just a minute before I end this video to thank everybody who has watched our videos, subscribed to our channel, commented, clicked like, and shared. The channel is growing really, really fast, and we appreciate all your support. I do try to answer every single comment, but sometimes YouTube makes it a little hard to find them all. So if I miss one, I'm sorry. But thanks for joining us in the Hillbilly Kitchen, and we'll see y'all next time. Fix up an apple cobbler this summer while apples are in season, and enjoy.